Hello friends, welcome back to my exam coaching classes once again. So first of all, thank you very much for joining me in this video, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. And students, if you are not subscribed, I request you kindly subscribe now, so that whenever new videos, new topics are uploaded, definitely you will be receiving the notifications and it will be very great help for you. Okay, so as usual, today also we are going with the question paper solutions. So today I have some of the very important questions selected from previous IBPS exam. So we will be solving those questions today. Okay, and students, I just want to tell you, if any one of you require any study material in the form of video classes, in the form of PDF notes, in the form of shortcut methods, then kindly contact us. We have the full customized package for all competitive exams, and normally this package cost 3,500 rupees. During this period we are offering it for 90% discount. So you need to pay only 349 rupees only. So if you require this material, which consists of near about numerical ability 25 videos, then reasoning 15 videos, then full PDF notes, shortcut methods, everything included in a full package. Okay, so it will be sent to you, your mail in one bulk. It is not that normally online courses are conducted every day, you will be receiving one courses, not like that. We will be sending it to you, the full package, so you can complete it at your convenience. Okay, so if you require that help, kindly contact us. You can call us. The email ID or phone number will be given at the end of this video. So if you require that material, you can definitely call us and contact us. Okay, thank you very much, and we will go to question number 1. So here is your first question. So the question is, the ratio between the present ages of A and B is 8:9. After 4 years, A's age will be 28 years. What was B's age 8 years ago? So here the comparison of two person, A and B, and their ages. The present age of A and B in the ratio 8:9. So students, we know we will write what? We will write A and B. Present age is 8:9. So we will take that first. Here A's age is 8x and B's age is 9x. That is a present age. Okay, present age is in the ratio 8:9. So whenever ratio is given, we know, we have already learned all these things, ratio and proportion, problems based on ages, all this video we have already seen. And students, you have not watched this video, the link is given in the description. Kindly watch that first, then come to the solution, problem solving. Okay, then it will be very easy for you. Okay, now it is given that ratio between the present ages is 8:9. So normally we will take first age. A's age is 8x and B's age is 9x. After 4 years, A's age will be 28. See, after 4 years means what? We have to add 4 years. So after 4 years, A's age will be 28. So 8x is the present age. So we can say 8x plus 4 years, this will be 28. 8x is the present age of A. You are adding 4 years with the present age. That means you will get the age of after 4 years. So after 4 years, it will be 28. That means present age is 8x. With that present age, add 4 years more, you will get 28. So 8x will be how much? So 8x will be plus 4 will go that side, minus 4. 28 minus 4, 24. 8x is 24 means x will be what? 8x 24. So x will be 3. We got the value of x, put that value here. So present age of A will be 8 into 3, 24, and present age of B will be 9 into 3, 27. So we got the present age. So these are the present ages, students. These are our present age. These are our present age. Okay. So now what we need to find out? We need to find out what was B's age 8 years ago. 8 years ago, what was B's age? 8 years ago means you have to subtract that 8. So B's age is now 27. So 8 years ago, 27 minus 8 years. So you got 19 years. So 19 years is the answer. So here option B is the correct answer. I hope you understood it. What we have to do, whatever present age is given, we will take that ratio in the form of x. That is 8x and 9x. Ratio is 8 is to 9, given 8 is to 9. So we will take it as 8 is to 9 is taken as 8x and 9x. Now it is given after 4 years. After 4 years means what? Every year 1 year will be added age. So after 4 years means 4 you have to add. Before, ago means we have to subtract. So accordingly we have completed and we got 19 year is the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer. Clear? Please note it. Let us go to the next question. What's the next question? 3/7 of a number is equal to 120. What is 3/5 of that number? A number 3/7 of that number is 120. 3/7 of a given number is 120. We need to find out 3/5 of that number. We don't know what's the number. So we will take what? 3/7 of a number is 120. Let us take the number equal to x. We don't know what is x. So let the number is equal to x. Okay. So now what is given? 3/7 of the number is 120. 3/7 means 3/7 of that number x is equal to 120. 3/7 of 3/7 of the number is equal to 120. So 3/7 of x is equal to 120. So I can write it as what? 3/7 into x is equal to 120. So 3x. So I get what? 3x is equal to 120 into 7. 120 into 7. So we want what? We want x. X is equal to, I can cut this 3 and 12 4 times. 40 into 7. 4 7s are 28, 280. So I got x is equal to 280. But we don't want x. What we need to find out? We need to find out what is 3/5 of that number. 3/5 of this 280 we want to find out. So 3/5 of 280 is equal to 3/5 into 280. Now we can cut this 5 and 280. How many times? 5 one time. Here in 28 5 times, 36 times. So 56 into 3. So you got 168 is the answer. So your option D is the correct option. So what is given and what is asked, that is very important and you have to connect it. Okay, a number, we have to think about a number, and for that number 3/7 of that number is 120 given. 3/7 of a number is 120. So what will be 3/5 of that number? But we should first understand what is the number, then only we can find out. So for calculating it, first we will find out what is the number. Then once you find the number, find what is 3/5 of that number. You got the answer 168. Simple question, not very difficult, but the concept should be very clear. This type of questions are only asked in your IBPS exam. These are the questions selected from previous IBPS exam, that is banking exam. Okay, so this type of question, this level of difficulty only will come for bank exam. So it is very easy. If you practice few questions, it easily you can crack these exams. Please note it. Okay, let us go to the next question. So the next question here, one of the angle of a parallelogram is 26 degree. What is the difference between the adjacent angles of the parallelogram? One of the angle of the parallelogram is 26 degree. What is the difference between the adjacent angles of a parallelogram? Difference between the adjacent angle. So when we talk about parallelogram, students, we have to think about adjacent angle and opposite angle. Okay, there is a property. So let us draw it and explain. Here you have, suppose this is a parallelogram. Suppose this is the parallelogram. Okay, and what is the property of the parallelogram? One of the angle is given 26 degree. So let me take this is equal to 26 degree. This will be equal to 26 degree. Suppose then this angle and this angle will be x. So we have a property, since it is a parallelogram, these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. So this angle and this angle when you add it, you will get 180 degree. The angles are supplementary. So supplementary means this 26 degree plus this x degree, you will get 180. 26 degree plus x degree, you will get 180. So what will be x? X will be equal to 180 minus 26. That is 180 minus 26 equal to what? 154. So x is 154. This angle you got 154. This angle is 26. But what is x? It is not asked in the question. What is asked? 154 option is here, which is a wrong option. What we have to find out? What is the difference between the adjacent angles? What is the difference between the adjacent angle? This angle and this angle, what is the difference? That means 154 minus 26 is equal to how much? That is, we need to calculate. Understand the concept very clearly, friends. Here, one angle is given 26 and this angle will be 154 if this angle is 26. But this 154 answer is in the option and some people will directly write 154 as the answer. No, what is asked is here, what is the difference between the adjacent angles? Difference between the adjacent angles. Here for this angle 26, this is opposite and this is adjacent. Opposite angles will be equal. So this is 26, this is 26, this is 154, this is 154. Adjacent angles, these two angles, what is the difference? Once this is 26, this angle will be 154. What is the difference between 154 and 26? That is what we need to calculate. So 154 minus 26. This will 154 minus 26 equal to 154, 26, 128. So 128 is the answer. So 128, B is the correct answer. So here you will have confusion. The moment we calculate 154 we will get, and immediately we will have a tendency to mark 154, which is a wrong option. Read the question carefully. These all are twist in the question. One angle is 26, so other angle will be 154. They have not asked you what is the other angle. They asked what is the difference between adjacent angles. So between adjacent angles, the difference is 154 minus 26. Okay, please note it. So the next question is, the sum of 7 consecutive numbers is 175. What is the difference between twice the largest number and thrice the smallest number? So here the question, before attempting the question, some of the words you have to be very familiar. Okay, you are preparing for competitive exams, so these type of words are very common in most of the questions. First word what I want to underline here is consecutive. Consecutive means word. Consecutive means continuously. 7 consecutive numbers. I am starting from 5. From 5, 7 numbers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like that. 7 consecutive numbers. Consecutive means continuously we have to take. Then the difference between twice and thrice. Twice means, friends, 2 times. Thrice means 3 times. So consecutive, twice, thrice, these all are the words very commonly it will appear in the questions. Okay, so once you understand, once you are familiar with this type of questions, so the same word when it comes in the next question, it is easy for you. That is why I told consecutive, thrice, twice, all these words are very common. So now I understood. Twice means 2 times, thrice means 3 times, consecutive means continuously we have to take. So now let us go to the question. The sum of 7 consecutive numbers is 175. 7 numbers continuously you take and add, you will get 175. But the question here is, the number start from which number? We don't know. Whether we should start from 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 15, we don't know. Total sum is 175. When you add all 7 numbers, it will be 175. But we don't know which is the first number. So let us take the first number equal to x. So let first number equal to x. So 7 numbers means what? X, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5 and x plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 numbers, continuous numbers, because I am adding only one. First number is x. So what will be the next number? X plus 1. Next number, x plus 2. Next number, x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5, x plus 6. So these are the 7 continuous number, that is, they are the 7 consecutive numbers. What we want, you take the sum. All this you have to add. All this when you add, you will get equal to 175. Now we can find out what is x. How? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7x. 7x plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3. 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, 15 plus 6, 21 is equal to 175. So I got 7x is equal to 175. This 21 go that side, minus 21. So I got 21. So 154. 7x is equal to 154. So what is x? X is equal to 154 by 7. So I got here 7 will go in 15 2 times. 14 again 2 times. I got x is equal to 22. Once I got the x, now you can find out what are the numbers. First number will be what? First number will be 22, then 23, then 24, then 25, then 26, then 27, then 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we have taken. 22 to 28 we have taken. Now what is the question? The question is, find the difference between twice the largest number. 2 times of largest number. Largest number is 28. Minus thrice the smallest number. 3 times of smallest number, 22. This is what you need to find out. So 2 into 28 will be 56 minus 3 into 22 will be 66. 56 and 66, what is the difference? They are asking what is the difference. So difference between these two numbers. The difference between these two numbers is 10. So 10 is the answer. So your option B. Now here we need not to take whether it is plus 10 or minus 10, because we are not asked to find out the subtraction. We want to find out the difference between the numbers. So two numbers are 56 and 66. What is the difference between this number? 10 will be the difference between the numbers 56 and 66. So 10 is the correct options. Okay, so next question is here on your board. The question is, the average speed of a bus is 1/3 the speed of a train. So here we are talking about the speed of a bus and the speed of a train. So speed of bus is 1/3 of the speed of the train. The average speed of the bus is 1/3 the speed of the train. The train covers 1125 kilometers in 15 hours. In 15 hours, the train will cover 1125 kilometers. How much distance the bus will cover in 36 minutes? In 15 hours, the train will cover 1125 kilometers and bus having a speed of 1/3 of the speed of the train. So how much distance will be covered by the bus in 36 minutes? That is the question. So very interesting question. Let us solve it. So the train covers 1125 kilometers in 15 hours. So let us start there. In 15 hours, 1125 kilometer. So in 1 hour, 1125 divided by 15. So you can cut it with how many? You can cut it with 5. 5 3 times. Here 5, 2, 5 times. Again I can cut it with 3, 7, 5, 75 times. That means in 1 hour the train will cover 75 kilometer. So we got train speed is 75 kilometer per hour. That is the speed of the train. So we have calculated in 15 hours the train covers 1125 kilometers, isn't it? So 15 hours 1125. So in 1 hour 1125 divided by 15, we got 75. That means in 1 hour the train will cover 75 kilometer. That is the speed of the train. 1 hour 75 kilometer. But the average speed of the bus is 1/3 the speed of the train. 1/3 of the speed of the train is bus speed. So what is the speed of bus? Speed of bus is 1/3, that is 1/3 into 75, which is equal to 25 kilometer. Means in 1 hour. So speed of bus is equal to 25 kilometer per hour in 1 hour. 25 kilometer in 1 hour. What we need to find out here, we want how much distance the bus will cover in 36 minutes. In 1 hour means 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, it will cover 25 kilometer. So in 36 minutes, how much it will cover? That means in 25 kilometers in 60, 25 kilometers in 60, but we need to find out it in 36 minutes multiplied by 36. So you can cut this 10 times. Here you can cut it with 6 times, with 6. Now it is 25 into 6, 150 divided by 10. 150 divided by 10, 0, 0 cut. So I got final answer 15 kilometer. So your option B is the correct option. So students, what we need to find out, there is a comparison between the speed of the train and the speed of the bus. A train covers 1125 kilometers in 15 hours. That is given. So if 15 hours 1125, so we have found out it in 1 hour. That is the speed. In 1 hour 75 kilometer per hour. It is also given that the speed of the bus is 1/3 of the speed of the train. So 1/3 means train 75 means bus will be 25. 25 kilometers in 1 hour. But we want to find out what is the speed, the distance covered in 36 minutes. 25 kilometer in 1 hour means what? It is in 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, 25 kilometer. So how much distance in 36 minutes? So we have calculated it to 15 kilometers. So your option B is the correct options. Hope you understood it. Kindly note it. So here is your next question. The question is, 5 men can complete a piece of work in 24 days. 5 men can complete a piece of work in 24 days. In how many days will 12 men complete the same work? A work is to be completed. A 5 men can complete it in 24 days. 5 person can complete it in 24 days, and then 12 men complete it in how many days? That is what we need to find out. So let us solve it. This type of questions, many questions we have already solved. Time and work. One video we have already uploaded. So the link is given in the description. You can watch it. Time and work. So lot of questions we have done based on time and work. This type of questions we have done. So let us solve this question with a shortcut method. So 5 men and 24 days. 12 men, how many days? So we will take men and days. So we have the very important formula, M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. So 5 men, 5 into days 24 is equal to 12 men into how many days? D2. D2 is we need to find out. So therefore D2 is equal to 5 into 24 divided by this 12 will come here. So here you got 12 and 24 I can cut 2 times. 2 into 5, 10 days. So my answer is 10 days. So option C is my correct option. M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. We have already learned this formula. M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. M1 stands for number of men. D1 stands for number of days. M and D. So here you got 5 into 24 is equal to 12 into how many days? That is what you need to find out. So D2 is equal to 5 into 24 divided by 12. You can simplify it and we got the answer 10 days. So this is the way this type of questions are approached. Okay, kindly note it. Okay friends, so that's all for today. We will wind up now. Now we will meet again with the new topics, new questions in the upcoming videos. So before going, I just want to remind you once again, students, if you are seriously preparing for any competitive exams, then we have customized study materials for you. If you require any study material, kindly contact us in this number and we will give you the complete study package for your competitive exams. Many toppers, many students have already taken this and they have started their preparation, and this full package is costing 3,500 rupees. But for now, people who are ordering today, for them we are giving it out with a 90% off. That means you will get it for 349 rupees only. This is a complete package which contains video classes, PDF notes, sample papers and complete math shortcut method, the complete Vedic mathematics and speed math methods. Okay, if you require this study material package for a very minimum amount of 349 rupees, kindly call now and get your copy today. We will meet again with the new topics and new videos. Till then, take care. Bye bye.